Hey, what's up? It is Sunday, March 7th. Yeah, July 7th. Wow, March. The fuck? I'm okay. I'm doing okay. I don't know. I woke up today. It's like 1:37. I spent the most of the day in bed. I stayed up watching Stranger Things, and then I woke up at noon, and uh, and I'm awake. And you know what? Here's where I'm at. Here's where I'm at, and it's a new development for me. I went to so yesterday I wanted to stay home and work on stuff, and there's a friend that I really appreciate and closely respect. He's a really nice guy. Um, he has someone in from out of town. He wanted to do something, so I was like, "Cool, let's go do that." We did that. Um, at the end of that, I invited them to go to an improv show with me. Um, and he proceeded to like roast me about that, and I got really upset. And I got upset because improv is something that is very close to me. I think that it's responsible for a lot of the friends in my life. It's responsible for a lot of like the characteristics that I have. It's given me the confidence to be able to like in a way I think confront the world and say, cool, hey, this is what I want. Like, let me go talk to people until I can go and acquire that. Or hey, let me go and like open myself up and take risk, and be it social risk or financial risk, like, and then I don't have to know all the details before I get started, but I'm gonna go open myself up to risk and put myself out there. And and he was like giving me a hard time about that, and it's unfair of me to say, okay, cool, he doesn't know that I perceive it that way. He doesn't know that that is something that I find like a core part of who I am. Um, and it's okay. Like, and here's where I think the shift is happening for me as I grow up, right? As I grow up and I become more defined in what I like and what I represent and who I want to be and how I want to act. There was a part of me, I after that conversation, I was having another conversation afterwards with someone who was there for that initial conversation. Um, we had actually gone to see a show, and improv shows can be bad. Like, and this one wasn't great. And we're sitting in the car, and I find myself trying to convince him, like, hey man, I know that that wasn't very good, but this is great. This can be great, and it can be really good. And he's like, Noah, like, I don't have to like this. That's basically what he said. He's like, and that like that that definitely made me think about some stuff, right? It's like he doesn't have to like this. Okay, the guy that roasted me, I don't have to, number one, not be offended by that, right? I can be offended by that because that's something that I really like, right? And I can say, hey man, like, no, like, fuck you. That's a cool thing, you know? It's lame of me if I don't do that, right? Because this is something that I find important. So fuck you. If you don't like that, fuck you. It's great. Like, you should fucking check it out. Like, let's go, like, whatever. But at the same time, you don't have to. You don't have to like it. And I don't have to like you. And that's like, I don't like that because it sounds childish, right? It sounds like, okay, like he said something mean to me, so I don't have to like him. And to me, that's like a kid, right? That's what a kid does. But at the same time, there are people in the planet, and I've met a lot of them. At work, I've met many people. One particular individual, where it's like, there's nothing I can say or do that is going to change how you perceive me or anything that I want you to perceive differently. So, okay, whatever. Like, that's that. I don't need you to do that. And it sounds, I don't know. I don't like that mentality, but, like, at the same time, I don't know. I think that trying to change the way other people think is exhausting, and it doesn't work. That is basically the main takeaway that I'm trying to come away with here, right? You're never going to please everybody, and you don't want to please everybody because then you're boring, you know? And I don't know. I think that just was that. I think for a while I have tried that, you know, like, okay, I'm going to please everybody, you know, and you can't. And I know this sounds so stupid. I don't know. Whatever. I got to relax. I got to bring my thoughts together. I think a much more effective strategy is find out how you want to live. Find out who you want to be, right? And go be that and shotgun blast that out into the world. And if you come across people that hate that, they can hate that. That means that they're not the right people for you, and there's infinite more other people out there. And it's tough because, you know, when you're new to a place, you need to chameleon a little bit and like blend in with other people so that you can, you know, develop some social networks so that you're not depressed and alone all the time. And that's kind of my natural progression here, right? It's like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, I'll just be vague and kind of boring, and then cool, sweet. I don't know. And then it's been cool to be like, cool, no, actually, this is who I am. Boom. I think next time, if I ever move to a new place, or if I'm ever, you know, in a new environment where I don't know anybody, I am going all in with, hey, this is me. You know, I'm not going to chameleon to anybody. I don't know. And at the same time, it's like, I don't do that. But, I don't know. I've had a couple other conversations with some people who have known me for a while, and that was one thing we talked about, you know. Basically, the other person was able to, you know, kind of change how they acted around different types of people. Like, what is it called? There's like a psychological name for that, when you're like wearing different hats around different people. But anyway, I've never been good at that, right? And so when I try to do that, I'm really bad at it. And I don't know. I would rather just be like, hey, here's what I got, here's who I am. If you like that, cool. If you don't, that's okay. Like, that's okay. You don't need to. You don't need to. Yeah. Anyway, I know that sounds like such a stupid like thing to be excited about, but it's just like, I don't know. I think it's so insecure to be like, you know, I need this person to like me. Like, how can I act to get them to like me? You know, if your head is doing that, like, you're crazy. You're crazy. That's terrible. It's a terrible way to live. It shouldn't be that. That's not an adult way to live, right? Your head should go, this is fun. Let's do this. Boom, boom. Here we go. You know, maybe that's less, okay, maybe mature isn't the right way to say that. I think the more noble way to live, in my opinion, the way I would rather live, let's put it that way, is here's what I am, here's who I stand for, here's what I stand for. Boom, I'm interested in this. Oh, you have never heard about this? Well, this is awesome. Cool, that's okay, whatever. You're lame, not me. I'm not lame for liking things, okay? You're lame for not knowing about the things that I like, okay? Like, you're missing out. You're missing out, man. Like, the shit that I like is really dope. So anyway, not a huge revelation for most people, but for me, it's like, I don't know. I think that I've been insecure for a long time, and I think I struggle with that a lot, right? On those personality tests, I think I took a Myers-Briggs or whatever. I got the one, I'm an ENFP, but I think there's like an additional qualifier there, and it's like, do you spend a significant amount of time like assessing your own behavior and, you know, kind of ridiculing yourself for your own behavior? And I do that constantly. It's a big problem. And I think giving yourself the slack to say like, okay, like, it's okay, that other people disagree or other people don't like you. That's totally okay. And that to me, I don't know what's going to happen. What horrible, terrible shit is going to happen if other people don't really like you that much? Okay, that's, not like want to kill you, but like, whatever, right? Cool. That way, you get those people out, and then you go find people that you fucking love, and you have like the best friends in the world. That sounds way better to me.